Ladies and gentlemen, meet the brand spanking new 2018 Chevy Equinox. And Chevy rolled it out here at the Museum of Science and Industry in Chicago, and there are three big bits of news. Number one, the car is actually 4 inches shorter. Number two, it's 400 pounds lighter. And number three, and this is a big one, it comes with an optional 1.6 liter turbo diesel. That's right, I said diesel engine. And coming up right now, everything you ever want to know about the car behind me. Let's start with the basics. Tell me about the size of the vehicle.
Sure, so the all-new 2018 Chevrolet Equinox is actually about 4 inches shorter than the current model. We like to say it's right-sized for the marketplace. Actually the current generation of the Equinox is one of the biggest in the segment. Now, the beauty of this is even though it's got a smaller footprint, it doesn't lose. As a matter of fact, it gains interior passenger volume up by about 3.5 cubic feet there. So the things that Equinox buyers look for so many things. The one thing they want is a nice, big and spacious interior, and we'll continue to deliver on that regard.
How'd you make it bigger on the inside and smaller on the outside?
Well, I wish I could tell you that I was the clever engineer that figured that out, but we have some very smart people at Chevrolet.
All right, and the big news, of course, is the engine choices. Tell me about those.
Sure, 3 completely new all-turbo powertrain lineup. So a 1.5 targeted to deliver 31 miles per gallon freeway, a 2-liter turbo, which is mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission, targeted to deliver 28 miles per gallon on the freeway, and then something brand new for us, exclusive to the segment, a 1.6-liter turbo diesel, which is just going to give you phenomenal torque and targeted to be 40 miles per gallon highways.
This is an all-turbo lineup for the Equinox. This is our base engine, the 1.5-liter gasoline engine. Great fuel economy, fun to drive.
Okay, before we can leave this one.
Certainly.
Horsepower and torque.
Horsepower and torque. Hang on, I gotta look at my cheat sheet for that. Excuse me. So this is for this engine. The horsepower is 170 horsepower and 203 foot-pounds of torque.
Okay.
Yep.
Now we move to the bigger engine.
And then to the 2-liter, which is also a gasoline engine turbo. This is our workhorse. Very powerful engine. 252 horsepower and 260 foot-pounds of torque. And it also has a towing capability in the Equinox of 3,500 pounds.
All right, now let's move on to your baby.
Yes.
That one you won't need a cheat sheet for.
No, I don't. Nope. And this is the brand new 1.6-liter diesel engine. And let me just give you a little background. This engine was designed by General Motors from the ground up with its intentions to be very high power density, great fuel economy, and great noise and vibration characteristics. When you drive the Equinox with this engine, you won't know that it's a diesel engine. It's very quiet. In fact, one of the things we're most proud of, they have named this engine in Europe, where it's been in production about 3 years, or a similar version, the Flooster diesel or the Whisper diesel, because it is so quiet.
What vehicles is it in Europe?
It's in the Astra, the Insignia, the Zafira. So it's in many applications in Europe as well. And then we changed it to be used in the North American market.
What's the horsepower and torque?
136 horsepower and 236 foot-pounds.
And well, how do you keep it clean? Do you use DEF fluid?
We do use DEF.
Okay. Well,
yes.
Where do you put that? Is it in the engine or is it by the gasket?
It's a separate tank that you install the DEF in a entry point right next to the fuel cap.
All right, now this is of course the hard question. You know, with what happened with Volkswagen and diesels, are you guys worried that Americans perhaps may not be ready for diesel engines in passenger cars again?
General Motors is committed to diesel engines as an alternative power source and something that will provide great value to the customer.
And will it have any more tow rating than the 2-liter over there?
It will have 1,500 pounds tow rating, similar to the 1.5.
So actually less than the 2-liter.
Yeah, yes.
Engine choices for whatever you're looking for. You're a city commuter, you want something with more power and towing, or you want a diesel powertrain, we've got that for you. This vehicle will be sold in 115 countries around the world where there's a lot of diesel demand. As we're able to leverage that scale and that engineering and bring those resources here to the U.S. So we're going to see what market demand is, and we're going to be able to, we'll be ready for it. But we have talked to a lot of our dealer partners in a lot of diesel-oriented markets, and they're excited for this product, and they can't wait to sell the Equinox with the new diesel.
Let's do a little walk around.
Sure.
Will it come in all-wheel drive and front-wheel drive?
All-wheel drive and front-wheel drive. I mean, the first thing you'll notice, it's very consistent with the overall Chevrolet design theme. So our dual port grille, a lot of the signature LED lighting that's been you saw with Malibu and Cruise and Volt and Camaro, etc. Again, 4 inches overall shorter wheelbase, but again, no sacrifice to any of the interior passenger volume. Again, we've talked about the powertrain choices, but it's lean, it's sculpted, it's athletic. It's a very consistent story we've had with our other Chevrolet products. So this particular vehicle, 400 pounds lighter than its predecessor. So think about what that will do for driving dynamics, for efficiency, things like that.
All right, tell me about this 9-speed that we're standing by in the new Equinox.
Okay, this is all new 9-speed transmission that Chevrolet is coming out with. It's being first introduced in model year 17 in the Chevy Malibu, and it'll be following in the Chevy Equinox.
Why not the 10-speed in the Camaro?
Well, we had a package within the same space that the current 6-speed is, and so we're able to fit a 9-speed transmission in that space.
Does it give you better fuel economy?
It is a slightly better fuel economy depending on which application it goes into, but it's really turned out to be a real performance play. Our ratio steps are so close together that when you do a shift, there's really no energy in that shift, and so the customer does not feel the disturbance. The transmission is transparent then to the driver.
And will it be paired with all 3 engines?
This is only paired with a 2-liter turbo in the Equinox.
Okay, what are the other engines paired with?
Our GF6 transmission, our traditional high-value, high-quality 6-speed.
All right, so the diesel does not come with a 9-speed.
Correct.
All right. Is there any question I should be asking that I haven't asked? It's your baby, man. Tell me about it.
Well, this started out, as I said, it started out as a fuel economy play.
Yeah.
And what we found as we started driving these around is the ratio steps have become very important. I drove a GF9 or 9-speed transmission here today, and when you're in the car for a while, you forget you even have a transmission in there because you just don't feel it. When you go back to a traditional vehicle, you start feeling the shifts, you realize just how good this transmission is.
As you move around the back, there's just little things like, we now have your lift-free tailgate, so when you've got your arms full of packages, you can now simply swipe and open the hands-free lift gate. Loaded with safety technologies as you'd expect from Chevrolet, so all the forward and rear-based safety technologies like lane keep assist, lane departure warning, rear cross traffic alert, side blind zone, all things that people are looking for, we're going to deliver. And we're also doing the safety alert seat. So you may have seen that in some of the other Chevrolet products like Tahoe or Suburban, where you can actually have the vibrating action in addition to chime noises to help warn you with some of those potential dangers on the road. So little things like that. When you move to the inside, very simple, easy entry and egress. Complete flat folding rear seats. So that's something new for us and something that's really great for our customers. So we can't
40-60 split.
40-60 split. So again, a flat load floor, which is great news for customers. Things like rear heated seats and rear HVAC controls, all the things, the creature comforts that you would want and expect in a vehicle like this. When you get into the inside, it's a very clean, refined overall look. High touch materials, great soft touch materials in the right places, consistent with the Chevrolet design theme of the interiors that you saw with Cruise and Malibu and Volt, etc. And then of course things like Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, the kind of technology people are looking for today.
All right, and we're here in the new Equinox, Kathy. Tell me about kind of the design direction that you went with.
Well, we wanted to give a more commanding view of the road, and so we worked on bringing the instrument panel a little bit further away and lower. We put materials on there that would give a higher quality appearance. So we have a soft IP mid panel here. We brought perforation into the soft area with stitch, which has a higher quality look and material as a softness and really just clean lines. Instead of putting paint decor and films, a lot of vehicles will have a faux film. We decided to just use the satin chrome and bring that throughout the interior, so you see it matching from the steering wheel to the HVAC outlets and the cup holder rings, the shifter bezels, etc. and it makes it more uniform and consistent looking. We also wanted to make sure that this still felt like it was part of the family of the Chevrolet vehicles. And so you'll see a lot of similar features like in the ICS display screen that's similar to the Malibu, the Volt, and the vehicles that have come out before this.
So does this point the future for Chevy interior design, or does this look more toward the past? Where would you say?
I think it's somewhere comfortably in the middle. We're always working to innovate and create new ingenious ideas and concepts, and so we'll continue down that road. But I think that Chevrolet has a really nice bandwidth where when you look at a Bolt interior for the electric vehicle, we're able to take some of that familiar features and ideas, but then we were able to innovate off of that and add differences to the grains and textures and the features that are in the vehicle. So each vehicle still will have a little bit of its own personality and meet the needs that the consumers have or the requirements of what they have on, as Alan Beatty said, the checklist. But I think that they'll still create a really nice family.
Now looking down here, is this a charging area?
Inductive charging area?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's pretty cool.
Yes.
And then will you have lighting? Well, it's probably, where would it be, under here? Is that?
No, the lighting is actually under here.
Okay. You can't see it, but with the camera I can see it.
Yeah. It's not, and the vehicle's not on. But yeah, there's just a small light pipe that sits under there, and it's just in a white color, so it's not obtrusive. But it adds a really nice ambience to the vehicle.
All right, I'm going to make the last question the softball question. What's your favorite part of the new interior?
Quite honestly, I love the panoramic sunroof.
Yeah, it's huge. Look
It
at that.
is.
Yeah.
It's absolutely huge. And I think that it really makes the environment feel much more open and airy. It would be open and airy if you open it. But yeah, I think that overall the quality and materials has really done. We're proud.
This is a 2018 model. When will it be
It'll
available?
be, yeah, 2018 model. We're targeting spring of next year.
Okay, and I think that you have not announced pricing yet.
We have not announced pricing or packaging, but those details will be coming shortly. But we know we need to be where we need to be in the marketplace. We feel good about what we've done in the past, and we'll certainly continue that in the future.
And will there be a GMC version?
I'm not going to comment on our but let's
Your
just
partner,
say
your
just say that we know that there's a lot of demand in the crossover space, and we're going to fulfill that with Chevrolet, GMC, Buick, and of course Cadillac.
All right, here's a softball question. What's your favorite part of the car?
Well, I like lots of pieces. Being a hockey player, I love the flat folding rear seats, so I can throw my gear in and then away I go.
Of course, we'll give you more news as it becomes available. When a car manufacturer rolls out a new car, they leave some of the information, well, untold because they want us to keep reporting on it. So for instance, we don't know the pricing. We don't know exactly when it will hit the dealerships, but we do know a lot about this. And of course, the biggest thing we know is that you'll be able to get it in a diesel, the only car in its segment to come with the diesel. As always, this is Roman reporting for the Fast Lane Car. Check out tflcar.com for more news, views, and of course, real world, everyday reviews. See you next time. Ciao.